Hey, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the South Florida Live Show. I'm your host, Jeffrey Brown, and it is a wonderful day, and this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it, and thank everyone that's tuning in. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. I am so excited about tonight. I am so excited about this evening. With the guest that I have on this evening. Listen, y'all, this is what I need you to do real quickly. This is what I need you to do. I need you to do a few things for me. Okay, please go on. I need you to hit share. I need you to hit like, and I need you to subscribe. Okay, let's do this again. You're going to hit like. You're going to hit share. You're going to share this with at least 5 people. I'm asking you to share with at least 5 today. And also, you're going to go, if you have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and share this broadcast and this episode with someone that you know that that's going to enjoy it. You're going to enjoy it this evening. I'm so excited to have this amazing lady in the studio this evening. Listen, y'all. You don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss. So I'm going to give you a few minutes. I'm going to give you a few minutes before we really get started. I'm going to give you a few minutes to go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and share and like and subscribe to this show. You can do it. Listen, we are live on YouTube and Facebook. And if you don't know, share this with a friend. On Facebook, we are Facebook. On Facebook, we are South Florida Live. South Florida Live on Facebook. On Facebook, we are South Florida Live. On YouTube, we are the South Florida Live show. South Florida Live show. So please go on to Facebook. If you're not on YouTube, if you know anyone that's Facebook friendly, please share this with them that we are on. They can go on Facebook, and they can go to at South Florida Live for Facebook, and for YouTube, they can go the South Florida Live show. Okay, and once they go on the YouTube, please go on and subscribe and like and share. We appreciate that if you do that. Please, 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 please. Listen. We're not going to hold it up. We're not going to, because like, again, I'm excited. Y'all can tell, y'all can tell I'm so excited right now. And because this young lady that I'm here. I'm saying young lady, but she's like a mother to me, and I'm honored to have her on this evening. When she accepted his invitation, I was just what they say, peacock happy and other proud things. Yeah, that was me. So I'm just happy. But before we begin, we always do a spotlight, business spotlight, to share some of the business that connected with us. And so we're going to do a spotlight right now before we bring her on. So right now we're going to do this spotlight, and this spotlight is this young lady, Helen Ziegler. She's on Instagram at Get Ziggy With It 1969, and on Facebook at Helen Ziegler. She does an amazing job with creating. And also, she's on Facebook at Helen Ziegler. So go check her out. Trust me, you would thank me later. You're gonna thank me later. You're gonna thank me later. And also, we're happy to have this business to spotlight this business. Most of you know this business, and it's a wonderful restaurant. I've gone there. The food is amazing. The food is awesome, and you need to check them out. And now they have brunch with bakes at the Lawners.
Brunch is back here at Lorna's American Caribbean Grill with your jerk chicken and waffles with watermelon salad, salmon croquette and grits, oxtail and grits. Yeah, we say oxtail and grits with stewed conch and grits, shrimp and grits. So y'all come on down and y'all join us and have a taste of the South, which we call Floridian cuisine here at Lorna's American Caribbean Grill. Come join us.
That's brunch with bakes at Lorna's on Saturday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The address once again is 19752 Northwest 27th Avenue, Miami Gardens. Once again, 19752 Northwest 27th Avenue, Miami Gardens. That's Lorna's. Trust me, that you would enjoy yourself. You would not be disappointed with the food and the ambiance and the setting and everything. It's amazing and it's wonderful. Once again, let's do this. If you haven't already, go on, subscribe, hit the like, and share. Go on, hit the subscribe, hit the like, and share. We appreciate if you do that right now. Please share with at least 5 people. Five, this many, that many, yeah, that many. 5. Please go on and share, and we appreciate it. And trust me, you will not be disappointed on this evening at all. Listen, here we are. We're at that point. I'm so elated. I'm so happy to have her on the show. I met her. I ain't gonna tell y'all. It was some years ago. We're just gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that. It's some years ago. I think it was like in the 80s that I met her, and she's been that mother, not the biological mother, but that mother that most of you have, that I have, that would check you in a heartbeat and just like tell you where you need to go, what you need to do, and how you need to do it. Yeah, she's that person, and I've been loving her ever since I met her. And it's been a wonderful time just enjoying life with her. And with her, we're having some technical difficulties tonight with these cameras. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to get it right. Tell you what, Shan, if we just got that one acting right, we'll just use that one. Okay. Excuse me, y'all. I don't put you on. Yeah, we're just going to change a few things while we're waiting, and have this just adjust a few things. Our camera, one of the cameras, want to act special. They special ed today, and I don't have time to do a session with them today. So we're just going to switch to the other cameras, and we'll deal with that some other time. But right now, you got us. You got me. The whole, all three, all both. Cheers. Okay. All right. We're gonna do this. And as you see her picture is on. Isn't she beautiful? Isn't she beautiful? Look at her. She's so pretty. She is pretty. She is pretty. Yes, 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 yes. It's sister. It's sister. It's Mrs. It's Deaconess Sulie Gooden Spencer. I'm gonna tell y'all about another name there in a few minutes. But we're gonna go with that right now. Is Miss Sulie Gooden Spencer. She's joining me tonight, and I am so happy to have you on, Mother. I appreciate you coming on and doing this for me. And welcome.
I'm nervous. He said he was excited. I think I'm scared. But, Elder Brown, it is a pleasure. And Dr. Carter said, a plum pleasing pleasure.
There you go. That right there.
With you tonight. And I hope I don't let you down.
No.
God is good.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. So we have a lot to share.
Ooh, yes, we do.
But we're not going.
Listen, y'all. Listen, like I told you, I've been knowing her for years, and she became that mother outside of my biological mother. And y'all know I have a few. And other than my biological mother, y'all know Sister Patricia Carter is one of my mothers. And this has always been another mother. And she sometimes would get on me and check me and saying, when she sees me, say, oh, my number hasn't changed yet. Why haven't, I haven't heard from you. Why have you called me? What's wrong with you? And that's just our relationship. But I love her so, and I was so happy that she accepted to be on. So we're going to have the talk. We're going to have the conversation, because Mother has a story. Not only does she have a book out, she has some things to share with those. And we know this month is we're Cancer Awareness Month, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so we really wanted to bring Mother on and have this conversation with her, because Mother is a survivor. And we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it a little bit, because Mother is a survivor of how many years, Mother?
45.
Wow. 45 years. God has been watching over her and taking care of her. And we're thankful for that. We are so thankful for that. And so now we're going to just deal with some things, Mother, if that's okay. We can just have a conversation, just like if we're sitting in your living room and we just talking.
And I'll tell you when to stop.
Hey, y'all, let me tell you something. I'm trying to hurry up with this, and I know why she's rushing me, y'all. It's Monday Night Football, and she's gonna keep watching the clock. Now, normally we would go she would talk a little extra. Not tonight. I guarantee you, not tonight. She is such a sports fan. We're gonna get more in that. But Mother, just tell us a little bit about yourself. I know about you. I know some of the things of your family and things and all that. But I want you to share with my audience and just let them know. Give them an insight of who is this wonderful woman, Mrs. Sulie Gooden Spencer?
I was born in 1938
Have mercy.
to the parent of Jimmy and Carrie Gooden, one of 15 children, 8 girls and 7 boys.
Y'all, that was before cable.
That was before TV. And I moved to Florida with my sister Mildred in 1956. And I met the late husband, Deacon James Spencer, shortly thereafter. But we courted for a while.
What's a while, Mother?
I think like 5 years.
Oh, my. They don't do that no more.
Yeah, but we were both trying to decide. And so after we got married, we have 2 daughters, Julie and Jennifer. And we are members of the St. Ruth Missionary Baptist Church. And so I think that's enough about me.
Yeah, that's well, we appreciate that. Now, once again, I did mention that this month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and you just stated you just said that you've been in this for this journey has been for 45 years
45
as a survivor. So, Mother, please come on, share with us and share with my audience, because there's someone out there that's been going through breast cancer themselves. I know a few people that have gone through it, and they're survivors. Share with them like the first time and your process and when you first heard that the doctors told you that you had cancer, breast cancer. How did you feel?
I knew, well, back then, 76, if they said cancer, that meant death. And I had 2 girls, 10 and 13. And I begged the Lord to let me live to see my girls grown. And I prayed, and my faith is what kept me going. So when one night, I don't know if it was a dream or a vision, but this lady came to me. I was at a park. She came to me, and I was sitting there alone. So she asked me what was wrong, and I told her what the doctor said. And so she told me, stand up. So I stood up, and she just started at my head, and she just like was squeezing my body all the way down. And she said, "It's gone, baby." And she, as she came, she disappeared. She disappeared. She just appeared there. She was gone, and I never seen my father's mother. That's who she resembled to me, but I never seen a lady like her. And when I wasn't afraid after that. So when the lady I was employed, we went to the same doctor, Dr. Castor. So I took her to the hospital on Sunday, and they took me on Monday. She was operated on Monday. I was operated on Tuesday. So we were both in the hospital at the same time. So the things, now they have all the new techniques. So she had this in her house where it was like where you pull your. No, I had to learn how to use my arm, and so she would. It was there, and even the children played with it. They would pull up and down, playing with it. And so that was the first bout with cancer. So then in 2002, when I got another diagnosis. And so my daughter Julie, who's always want to be the boss, said to me, "Well, the Lord got tired of that old testimony. He wanted a new testimony." I told he didn't have to do this to me to get a testimony. But I have been able to talk to so many young people, young women that have been diagnosed, and it's been so many new inventions and things now. Not just your mammogram, but that's very important. But then when you can go and get your ultrasound and your 3D, do whatever the doctors say, and don't be afraid. So if you're afraid, then that's you don't have it.
Now you keep saying that, Mother. You were saying you said that you wasn't afraid, you wasn't scared. So share with someone that may be going through it and they still have their fear. How did you overcome it? How did you was able to just push through it and just remove that fear?
Because when this lady left me at the park that night, that day, it was different. But my faith, and the scriptures and things that I had learned, and my mother's teaching, and see, I'm the first one in my family to have breast cancer. And so in that time, 76, they didn't talk about it. If you had surgery, they just say you had surgery. You didn't tell them what kind of surgery you had. But I wasn't ashamed to say that I had breast cancer and I had to have mastectomy. But God was good, and God is good. And so that's how I came about with I won't say I wasn't a little, the first time I didn't even have to have chemo or radiation.
Wow.
But Dr. Castor removed all the lymph nodes, and but I had to go every 6 months to get a mammogram, get my test, and he tell me, Sulie, see you in 6 months. And he told me after a year and a half, Sulie, we won't see you until 6 months instead of the year. And so, and I just knew. Well, I went there that day prepared for him to tell me that I was. This is it.
This is it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
that was like you were prepared for him to give you the worst.
Give me the worst. But the Lord had showed me, but it wasn't me. It was my sister, my oldest sister. She called me that weekend. This was on a Tuesday. She called me on a Friday, and she didn't sound like herself. I said, "Sister, what's wrong?" We call her sister. Sister, what's wrong? And she said, "Well, I'm gonna have to go and have some tests done, and they're going down with the light to see." And I said, "Oh, don't claim nothing. There's nothing wrong. Don't claim anything. I'm the expert now. And so, and she was the oldest sister, but that was my experience with my closest relatives having cancer, but hers wasn't breast cancer.
And that's where I was heading to, because now you just spoke about your sister dealing with it. Okay, you was in that. You end up getting that report that you had the cancer. Then you hear your sister having the cancer, but you pushed her through. You had a supporter. You were very supportive with her. You can encourage her, and you were lifting her up. But then there's someone in your family that ended up getting that report also, and it was your daughter, your older daughter. Now, I know as a mother, and I know you as a mother, and how you love your girl, I know that had to be very challenging. I know that had to be a point where you like, wait a minute, Lord, let's have a talk.
And we talk. and when you're talking to the Lord, I'm not talking about just praying. When you talking to the Lord, you talk to him just like we talk. And I say, now, I don't know what this is. When the doctor, it was on her 50th birthday, and we in the doctor's office, she was getting the final diagnosis after she done had all these tests. And so they came back to tell her that it was, and he was stage 3 breast cancer.
Mm.
And just looking at me as if I was the solution. I could do it. I said, baby, mama been there, but you're going to have to talk to him for yourself. And I know what I told him, and I know what he told me. So I'm standing on what he said. And so today she's cancer free. That
wow.
she'll be how old Jennifer Bond is 60. She'll be 60. She just turned 59.
59.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's 59 in June.
Yeah.
So that's been 9 years.
Wow.
And so she's been at least 8 years cancer free.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's tough.
He's still working miracles. There are still people
mm-hmm.
that have, but they give up. You were walking around yesterday and you didn't know you had cancer. Mm-hmm. But if you were walking around, but when the doctor told you it's cancer, it's positive, you just give up. Oh, I'm gonna die. No, if it's not your time, you're not gonna die.
You're not gonna die.
But you have to have the faith. And it's the song that children used to sing in Sunday school, and we used to sing, my faith look up to thee. That's what we have to look to the healer.
Right.
We thank God for doctors.
Right.
And all the new medication they have and everything, but we look to you.
Right. And I know your faith is very strong. But also you had to change some of your ways, your health ways, and some of the things that you could do and could not do. So how did that in those areas change your life of some of the things that you used to can do and then you couldn't do, but you still was trying to do? And I know some folks was calling you saying, Mama, you shouldn't be doing it, but you like, you still gonna do it. I know how they are. But I know that had to be a challenge for you.
Yes, it was. But then after a certain age, I guess, the children get to be, think they're the parent. They want to tell you, Mama, did you turn the alarm on? Mama, do you have your pajamas on? Mama, did you lock the door? And my youngest daughter, Julie. My family call her Dr. Julie because she gonna time you tell her something. When I would go into the doctor's office, he says, Julie on the phone. She would be on the phone. The doctor had to tell her before, whatever he's gonna tell me, he's gonna tell her. So she's there on the phone and he's explaining to her. So then after my third bout with cancer, I had lymphoma. And so my lung cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And so after I done had my chemo and everything, I went to the doctor. Mama, who's taking you? I said, I don't know. I get somebody. I drove myself. And so when I was leaving, she said, well, call me when you get to the doctor. Okay. So I went to the doctor. And the doctor said, oh, Spencer, everything is fine. You do go back doing whatever you think you can do. And so when I didn't call her, and so I'm on my way home. Mama, where are you? You didn't get to the doctor yet? Yeah. And I'm leaving the doctor. I'm in my car. He said you could drive. Yes, he said I could drive. He was telling me I couldn't drive. I went to the airport the other day to pick her up. And she talking about, you hitting too many bumps. You getting over on the wrong side. I know what I'm doing. You just.
And how long you been doing it? How long you been driving? Okay.
A long time.
Okay.
A long time.
But now they want to tell you
me
how to drive.
Yeah,
We'll do that now.
Yeah, I used to let them drive from the church back home. One drive to the church, one drive back home. But now they are my boss, and I let them boss because he was in Michigan, Jennifer's in Atlanta. So yeah,
They boss from a distance.
they think they are.
They think they are.
Yeah,
But there's some things they just don't. They don't know. They don't know.
yeah.
So, mother, I need you to look into that camera right there, and I need you to share with our listeners, with someone that's out there, and give them the most important advice that you would give someone that's going through. I know you've said a lot about it, but there's still someone out there that, you know, they're having their ups and downs. They're going through it, and you know, some days they're up. You know about it. Some days you're up, some days you're down. Some days you want to give up, some days you want to fight through. But there's someone that's watching this show, and they, you know, they need to hear something. I mean, 45 years, y'all, and she looks amazing. I know you guys see her. She looks amazing. You would not think someone that have gone through this process for 45 years, well, that's 4 decades, and they still are here, and they are looking amazing. So there's someone that may not have that hope, but Mom, I need you to speak to them and share your hope with them.
First thing, you have to have faith. Who made this body? And then when you pray, you have to pray some of those you said prayers and give God His word. You said if I do this, you will do that, and it's gonna be some dark night, but before day come, day is coming. But sometimes we got the 23rd Psalm tell us, yea, though I walk through. You're going through now.
Mm-hmm.
So as you go through, just know you're not walking by yourself. You're never alone if Jesus is with you. But I implore you, if you don't know Him, now is a good time to get to know Him. Just a closer walk with Thee.
Mm.
And we ask Him to grant it, Jesus, if you please. And He will. What He have done for me, He will do for you. He's no respectful person. He reign on the just as well as unjust. And you're going to see, I can say you might be, but I was never, even when I had to have radiation after my second bout with cancer, and the doctor first, chemo specialist came in, and he told me, some days you're not going to feel like getting out of bed. Don't get out. If you don't feel like it, don't do it. And so after 2 weeks, and I said, when am I supposed to start feeling sick? And he said, oh, I don't tell my patients that. I was talking to another doctor. There was 5 doctors on staff. And he said, I don't tell my patients that, because you tell them they're going to be sick, they get sick. Mm. And so he told me, don't even think that you're going to be sick. And I was working at Riverland Elementary, and I would drive to Hollywood for my radiation treatment every day. I went to school, went to work every day. I never had a day off for being sick, because I was in God's hand, and I'm still in God's hand. And I know He left me here for a purpose. And if it is to tell or to help somebody else as they on their journey, it's not it's that older people used to say this is a tedious journey, but you're never alone.
Wow.
Never alone. Long as you have King Jesus, you have all you need.
Wow. Hey, y'all, listen, I told you this is going to be a powerful, powerful show. And once again, I left out that she's an evangelist also, y'all. So, you know, if you want to send a love, you want to send a love on, because she'll go in, she'll preach on you now. She'll go in, as you guys see. But I hope someone heard that. I really do. I hope someone heard that. I hope you were listening. I hope you took that to heart because it helped me because I know a few people that are going through that battle. And
Yeah.
sometimes I know personally they are up, sometimes they're down, and I don't have always an encouraging word sometimes. But now I'm listening to Sister Spencer, Mother Spencer, give that encouragement. Now I have something to share with those that I'm close to. Listen, we're gonna take a break. You're locked into the South Florida Live Show. I know you're enjoying this. Please don't go away. We're gonna spotlight our businesses again, and we're gonna be right back. We're gonna give our guests a little break, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk some more, and we're gonna share about her book. Yes, Lord, she has a book. She is an author. Not only she's a cancer survivor, she is an author. And we're going to share and talk about her book when we come back. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. It's the South Florida Live Show.
Brunch is back here at Lorna's American Caribbean Grill with your jerk chicken and waffles with watermelon salad, salmon croquette and grits, oxtail and grits. Yeah, we say oxtail and grits with stewed conch and grits, shrimp and grits. So y'all come on down and y'all join us and have a taste of the South, which we call Caribbean cuisine here at Lorna's American Caribbean Grill. Come join us. Brunch is back here at Lorna's American Caribbean Grill with your jerk chicken and waffles with watermelon salad, salmon croquette and grits, oxtail and grits. Yeah, we say oxtail and grits with stewed conch and grits, shrimp and grits. So y'all come on down and y'all join us and have a taste of the South, which we call Caribbean cuisine here at Lorna's American Caribbean Grill. Come join us. Brunch is back here at Lorna's American Caribbean Grill with your jerk chicken and waffles with watermelon salad, salmon croquette and grits, oxtail and grits. Yeah, we say oxtail and grits with stewed conch and grits, shrimp and grits. So y'all come on down and y'all join us and have a taste of the South, which we call Caribbean cuisine here at Lorna's American Caribbean Grill. Come join us.
You heard it right here at the South Florida Live Show. Once again, you can contact Ms. Helen Ziegler on Instagram at Get Ziggy With It 1969. That's one word, Get Ziggy With It 1969 on Instagram. And also, she's on Facebook at Helen Ziegler. That's Helen, HELEN, ZEIGLER. And also, is Brunch with Bates at Lorna's on Saturday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., 19752 Northwest 27th Avenue, Miami Garden. Go join them and go patronize them and help those out. All these are Black businesses, y'all, and that's something that I want to do. I'm going to spotlight all the Black businesses that I'm connected with that have connected with us. Listen, we are back. We are back, and we're going to get into the book that Ms. Spencer has. It's the recipe for joyful Joyous Living, a story of inspiration. Listen, y'all, I thumbed through it and I was reading through it. I'm gonna try some of those recipes. They may not taste like mother's, but I'm gonna try some. It's a great book. Actually, it's a great book. It's a book that she just gives her life journey and inspiration, some things that you can take in life and apply it to yourself. That's what's so powerful about this book. It's not just the recipes that she shares, but it's also some of the things that she says inside the book. And you would want to get this book. Um, you must get this book, and we're going to go through it. We're going to have a little moment where we go through it because, yeah, Monday Night Football is soon to come. And she, listen, y'all, when we was on break, this is what she did. She looked at her watch like, okay, now you need to hurry up. 8:15 be here before you know it. Listen, so I told you there's a name that I wanted to ask her about because actually I really didn't know. I just always know her, the Sulie. I knew about the sweet, but this other one I didn't know about. So you're gonna have to explain to us where that one come from. So we introduced her earlier as Miss Sulie Gooden Spencer, but in the book they introduced her as Sulie Sweet Neil Gooden Spencer. I'm like, I'm just tired saying all that. So, Mom, how did the Sweet and the Neil? I know the Gooden. How did all that? How did Sweet come in there? How did you get that? How did you get that?
My godmother, she had one child, a son, and my mother had 8 girls. So she said, they called my mother Hootie. Hootie, the next girl, give her to me. And so Mama said, you can be the godmother. So I was the godmother for the next. That was my godmother, Clara Blake. And Miss Clara would keep me. And Mama said, how was the baby? She was the sweetest thing. Are you really going to give her to me? Mama said, no, no. So Claire, I can't give her to you, but I'll let her stay with you sometime. And that's how I got sweet. And what was the other one?
Neil.
Neil. Well, my all through high school, all the way until I got my Social Security card, I thought my name was Sulie Eileen. That's what's on my diploma, everything. Sulie Eileen. I went through elementary school, grammar school, high school, grammar school, 8th grade then, and it went, and so this one lady, white people want you to name your children after them, and so so my this lady asked Mama to name me after her, and I was named Sulie. The lady's name was Ruth. So they were, pretty well off white. And then this other lady, her name was Miss Eileen Stokes. And so Mama thought she had more than Miss Neal had. So Mama told me my name was Sulie Eileen. And so that she came from Neal. That just on words. But that she had me write my name Eileen, and then when that's how I got Eileen. But Miss Neal was end up being with the real Miss Eileen wasn't as rich as she thought, I think, and so I stayed. Well, I was stuck with Eileen because that's what went in on my birth certificate, and Sulie Neal. I'm Sulie Neal. That's what's on my passport and everything. Sulie Neal. I'm not Sulie Eileen. I spoke to a friend, a cousin of mine, the other day. She was asking about the book, and she said, "Hey, Sue Eileen." And they didn't call me they call me Arlene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sulie Arlene. And
Oh, wow.
my grandmother's sister was named Sulie. And I'm the only Sulie in the family. And I told her, Mama, why you give me that name? And so she said, because Aunt Sulie wanted one named after her. So that's how I got
Oh, okay. So that's how you got. So Mia
so many
was from
names.
you got quite a few. Okay, we're gonna stick with Sulie. And all those other names.
Well, you see that was Julie. Julie came.
That's how that got to.
Because no thought went into her name.
No.
No, because I knew I was gonna have a boy, and his name was gonna be Jonathan.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I saw in the book it's chapter 2, but we want to get to. Wait a minute. I can't pass this up. We want to get to. I saw something that caught my attention. The importance of sisterhood. The importance of sisterhood. What gave you that? What's your when you say the importance of sisterhood? What are you addressing, Mom?
Women working together. You know, back in the day when we used to have dinner at the church, you didn't order from no restaurant. You fried, you cleaned chicken. You didn't have to catch it, but you had to clean the chicken and you seasoned the chicken and you fried the chicken. You did everything. And those women would come together, and we younger people, they taught us we didn't have all these fancy. You had to cut up the onion. You cried and you cut. You cried and you cut. And celery and peeling potatoes and everything that goes to make the dinner. We did this, snapping the beans. They didn't even get the beans out the can. We had a big 100-pound bag of beans. But we had so much fun in the little small kitchen that we were working in. One group doing this, and after nobody wanted to peel it, cut up the onion, but we had to do it.
No, mother, they not doing that no more.
No.
The sisters ain't going. They ain't snapping no peas. Cause I remember when going back in Statesboro, we had to go pick them and then snack them. But I know the work in that. Now sisters ain't doing that no more, Mom. They like you say, them cans. They gonna open them cans and go from there. And some of them ain't doing that. But anyway, so that's how you got the potato salad and the fried chicken.
Yeah.
And listen, y'all, go on because I'm gonna try it probably for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna try the potato salad. I'm gonna do her potato salad, and I'm gonna try it and see how it come out. It won't come out like hers, but I'm gonna try it anyway. And I'm gonna bring her some. I'm gonna bring it to her so she can talk about me. I'm gonna bring it to her and say, "Boy, what you call yourself doing?"
So then you go say she left something out.
She go like, "What you trying to do? That's not no, that's not what I put in that book. Don't even try it." So now chapter 3, you said, remember what Mama taught you. When you think about some of the things that your mother taught you, or some of the things that you have instilled, I'm sure she taught you and you instilled it into your girl. Yeah. Let's talk about some of those things that you remember that your mama taught you.
Well, as I said, we lived on a farm, and sometimes our peas or okra or collard greens, turnip green, mustard green, our garden was a field. It was, and people would come, and my mother didn't sell people anything. She gave it away, whatever, and so that I think I got that from Mama, that you don't have to sell. If you have something, you share. And Mama would have us going across the field to take this so-and-so this, and go take this one. And people appreciated. And even though we was one of the larger families, we been doing pretty good, because we were sharing with the other people. Yes.
Because I think back in those days, mother, they just knew how to make things stretch things out. It's amazing how sometimes you can take, I saw my mom take some things and we look like that's not much, but end up lasting for the whole week.
Yeah.
Now I don't know how y'all do that magic. Y'all didn't tell us that. Y'all didn't share that part with us. Y'all forgot to share how you do that, how y'all stretch things out.
Yeah. And my mother used to say, they said, if when you had dinner and you ate everything, Mama would say somebody didn't get enough.
Mm.
Everybody said they were full, and she said if they were full, something would be left over. And then somebody else came by, and the chicken only has so many parts. And Mama said, you always add a little more water to it, add a little more, and rice. Right. I think we had rice with just rice or potatoes. So mashed potatoes, fried potatoes, every kind of potatoes. Because they were on the farm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And listen, y'all, some of that stuff that she's talking about is in this book. Because I see something I probably wouldn't try this one now. Ham hocks and butter beans. Now the butter beans I'll probably work, but ham hocks, I ain't doing
man,
that.
You put that ham hock and you cook it in there.
Mother,
you use that.
Mother,
they have this other seasons that make you slap your mouth.
I have some of that in the kitchen.
I bought it. I didn't even know what it was, but it sounded good.
It's good.
So, yeah,
it's good.
Yeah,
it's good. It's good. Now I see this on chapter 4. It said, "Do what you love." What is it, Mom, that you do that you love?
Well, if I'm cooking, like the other day I was cooking and I'm watching the game, and you got it. My house is small, so I can kind of go to the table and watch TV and do it that way. But doing what I love, first, the church. I love the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
I love Sunday school, and that's where when we were growing up, you had to go to church. And I said, if I ever get grown, I ain't going to church no more. But then that was that child talking.
Right.
And then, I ended up doing the same thing Mama did. My children, they had to go
to church.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so doing what I like is and I guess I put what's last on this list. But I'm not going to leave church to go to the game. but if the sermon is a little bit lengthening and the game is on, I hate to leave church before the benediction. But sometimes I have to help them close it, and sometimes they think you're
pushing them, but you're trying to tell them, okay, pull it in.
This is my second closing. I'm closing. You close it.
Got a game on. I need to see.
And you would think I was there playing, because sometimes my husband, he was the baseball. He was the coach. Mm-hmm. And my girls, my nieces would come in this summertime, and that they were the cheerleaders. But he had got back from after he stopped playing baseball, he would be back there reading the Bible or something, and he would tell me, and I'm telling them what to do, and they're not listening. And he said, Sulie, when they gonna send you your check? Ain't nobody fussing that much, you ain't getting paid. And when it came out like I said, like yesterday.
Leave that alone now. Leave that alone.
Well, one of my laws.
Y'all, she's trying to hint about the Dallas game. If y'all, okay, that's what she's throwing it in she's throwing that in my face. She know I love the Dallas Cowboys, and she gonna hit me. But listen, on that one, she does a cream cheese pound cake. Y'all listen. I'm gonna look right at. Listen, man, listen. I love it. Trust me. I might try that one. It ain't gonna come out right. But you led me into something. I was going there, but you already mentioned it. You was talking about pop, and so that brings me to chapter 7, healing, handling life and death. I know you've just dealt with the death of pop, and dealing with your life and how things that you be going through with you and Jennifer, and like the change with with Julie being in different places away. Um, how I know God has been keeping you with that, but there has to be some other process that you had to take to deal with that, because losing someone you've known so many years, I know that had to be a little challenging for you. So handling life and death. Give us your insight and give us your advice when it comes to that.
Well, I think what made it easier, not easy, but easier, is because he was ready. And he said, Sulie, I'm going to the other side. And I pretend I didn't know what he was talking about. I said, you want me to turn you over on the other side? And he said, Sulie, don't you have to go to work or something? Because every time he would want to talk to me seriously like that, I would change the subject. And so, but when he told me, the doctor told me that, he had the court had to get his, he was on dialysis.
And to get that port.
Yeah. And he had diabetes too. And he had heart failure. But was, my birthday was on Sunday. Saturday, Jennifer and Lisa had a birthday party for me. Came out and said with me on his birthday. But before we get to that, I took him to the doctor, and he did not like the doctor. And I took him to the doctor, and the doctor told me, I thought the doctor was going to send him to the hospital. That's why I took him to the doctor. But if I took him to the hospital, he was going to be mad at me. And so
So you were trying to get the doctor to do it.
The doctor to do it. If the doctor do it, so go to the doctor. And I said, he does so much better when they give him the IV. I said, just let him go for a day. He said, no, Sulie. And he took me in the other room and he said, Sulie, don't force him to go back to the hospital. He's tired. He said he's ready. And I said, no, I'm not ready. And so he said, Sulie, I'm not sending him to the hospital. So you're going to have to take him back home. So I his stuff and came back home. And so that Monday, we went to dialysis on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So on Monday, I went to get him up to go to dialysis. He said, I'm not going to go today. I said, you're not going to go. And he looked like water came in his eyes. And I say, oh, it's okay, Spencer, you don't have to. And I call him by his last name. I said, okay, Spencer, you don't have to go. We'll go in. And so he just laid down. He didn't say nothing. After a while, he called me, Sulie, I want to talk to you. And I said, okay. And I go in there. And he said, I'm not taking dialysis anymore. I said, you can't do that. You can't just stop. So I said, I'm calling the doctor. He said, he knows because I wasn't supposed to take it the last week. And so anyway, he was on a Monday. And we call and they all call and talk and everything. And so when he decided, that was it. So one time Julie was there, and we always slept he never slept in a different bed. Only time if the children had a bad dream or something, I'd go get in the bed with. But other than that, we never slept in separate rooms. And so then I had some neighbors that kind of partied kind of late. And so he couldn't sleep. So I'm going to sleep in the back of the other bed. So he started sleeping in that bed. And so now when I would go to my room and I say, Sulie was there. And I said, good night, Spencer. And I tell him good night every night. Good night, Spencer. He said, Mama, what you would do is Daddy say good night. I said, I'll make another dose here. So he said, but you still tell him good night. Yeah, I tell him good night because I know he ain't going to answer. But if somebody else was back there and sounded like him, it'd be a different story. But I think it was because, not that I don't miss him, and so one of my goddaughters was telling me, oh, we don't have a conversation and you don't talk about Deacon Spencer. Because for that long, we were married for 52 years, and we coded for 5 years. So we knew each other,
right?
And so, and I was the fussy one.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I had my speech already, and I be making my speech, and I know anything else was gone. All this good talk I had got practice on, and he ain't heard. He didn't fuss.
Yeah.
No, he was that kind.
Yeah, so I know how challenging that was, and that was tough because y'all were like two peas in a pot.
Yep.
And because I remember my memory of Pop, and I've never let it go. When I came to church, and we ended up after service, we went to the IHOP, and me and him sat there and had little lunch, breakfast, whatever, after service. And I was you talking about somebody was like in a place where I'm like, wow, this is an amazing moment. And we talked, and he shared with me his days when he was playing sports, he was playing baseball, and we just and became so similar to my dad because my dad played baseball when he was in Statesburg. So it was such an amazing conversation. I always remember that. And I think that's why I'm so connected to the Spencer family right now. But listen, we are still having technical difficulties with our cameras. They are dying on me. I don't know why. But anyway, this has been the South Florida Live Show. Listen, if you don't have this book, you need to get it. And I think it's on Amazon. You can get it on Amazon. Once again, the recipe, the name of the book is Recipes for Joyous Living, Recipe for Joyous Living, a story of inspiration by Julie S. Washington and Sulie Spencer. It's a wonderful book. You need to get it. And trust me, you're going to enjoy the recipes that's inside. And listen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Mother.
You're quite welcome. And that pound cake, they always tell me, Mama, you make cakes and you need to charge people. Mama never charged people. And I said, when I give it to them, if it's not right, they ain't got to say nothing. No.
But I've never had a piece that wasn't right. I'll tell you that.
but her favorite is the layer cake with the chocolate ice.
Yeah, I've never had a piece that wasn't right. But hey, that's all, folks. We're ending here because it's time for her to go watch the game. She got plenty of time to get home and catch the first quarter. Hey, listen, I'm Jeffrey Brown. I'm your host on the South Florida Live Show. It's been a pleasure. And listen, like I always close out. Listen, I'll pray for you. You pray for me, and let's watch God change things. Good night. I love you all.
May the Lord watch between me and thee. Then we have one from another.
Right.